Today we will discuss about the Pascal's law in chapter 5. Pascal law. Pascal law. Okay. Pascal law. For Pascal law, at first we have to know about the fluid. And because Pascal law is applicable only for fluid and only for fluid. Fluid, what is fluid? Fluid or fluids, fluid, it has no definite shape. Definite shape and size. It takes the shape of the container. It takes the shape of the container. Suppose this is a balloon. This is a balloon and it is filled with water. Filled with water. And if force is applied or pressure is applied on this balloon, it is almost incompressible. It's not compressible. So if the balloon size is this size, then this is the shape of the liquid. If it is filled by the gas, the shape will be same. So we can say the fluid has no definite shape. It takes the shape of the container. There are two types of fluids. One is gas, another is liquid. One is liquid and another is gas. Another is gas. And liquid almost incompressible, almost incompressible, compressible, and gas compressible. Compressible means if you apply the force, the system is compressed. If a balloon is filled by gas, if you apply force or pressure, the balloon is compressed. So the gas is compressible. On the other hand, if you any container or any vessel is filled by water, if force is applied, then there is no change of the liquid. Suppose this is the glass. This is the glass, okay? And this glass is filled by water up to this height. A piston is covered the glass in such way there is no gap between the two sides. If force is applied in this direction, there is no compressed of the liquid. And if you force apply, the pressure is outside and at a time it will be burst. So we can say liquid is almost incompressible. Now we discuss about the Pascal law. You have to remember this. Pascal law is applicable for closed container. If is applicable in closed container. In your textbook, there is a statement of Pascal law in page number air pressure, okay, page number 141. If pressure is applied on a liquid or gas enclosed in a container from outside, then this pressure is transmitted equally and acts perpendicularly on the surface of the container in contact with the liquid or gas. Come on, how it's possible? Suppose there is a practical example. Suppose you can pump a ball by a pumper. When you pump the ball, the expansion of the ball in all directions are same. So it is the application of Pascal law. So suppose this is the ball and there is a, you can say this is a enclosed container, enclosed system. If force is applied or pump is pumped by the pumper, then the pressure is acts in this direction, in this direction. So in all direction. So this is the first condition of the Pascal law. First condition is enclosed container and pressure is exerted in all direction. We can explain it another way. Suppose this is the shape of a pipe, and this is the pipe, and the area of this pipe is A1 and this is A2. That is the area is the different in this pipe. If there is a piston, the area of the piston and this portion will be same. If force is applied, F force is applied on this, F1 force is applied on this, the displacement, suppose this is filled by liquid, okay, water, suppose water. If force is applied, it is, suppose it comes here, the distance is d1, traveling distance or displacement is d1. So water is compressed, so there is no expansion of the pipe. So the this is the, suppose there is a piston, and piston, it will go down upward in this direction, okay, and this displacement is d2. This displacement is d2. Here some water is displaced. Here the volume of the water will be B1 equals to A1 D1. Volume of the water is A1 D1. And in this case, the volume of the water will be also B2 A2 D2. A2 D2. You have to remember this. Okay. Now, there is a work done here. If force is applied on this system, the displacement of the smaller piston is D1 and bigger piston is D2. From the conservation of energy, we know energy is not lost. It is converted from one form to another form. So total energy is conserved. So we can say the input energy and output energy will be equal. Or on the other hand, we can say input work equals to output work. Because there is no friction in this system and any heat is not applied on this system, so energy is not lost. So work done is not converted in any other form of the quantity. So we can say the input work equals to output work. Okay, come on. No, input work equals to output work. Input work equals to output work. For this case, we can write input work equals to force into displacement, F1 into D1 equals to F2 into D2. But we do not know the value of D1. From this equation, we can say D1 equals to B1 by A1. And from this, we can write D2 equals to B2 by A2. Okay, come on. So F1 equals to B1 by A1 equals to F2 equals to B2 by A2. B2 by A2. From the pressure, we know F P equals to F by A. P equals to F by A. So here F1 A1, F2 A2, we can write P1 B1 equals to P2 P2. P2 B2. From this experiment, we can say there is no change of the volume of the water. Here the volume of the water and here the volume of the water will be equal. Here the volume of the water and here the volume of the water will be equal. So we can say B1 equals to B2. So P1 equals to P2. So pressure is equal in all portions of the closed container. There is no change of pressure. So we can say pressure is exerted equally distributed or transmitted equally in all directions. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, this is the, we can we can explain it in another way. Suppose this is the suppose this is the closed system. Suppose this is the closed system. This is the closed system. Closed system, and there is the piston here. This is the piston here. This piston is A, and here is the another piston. This is the another piston. This is the also A, and this is the another piston. This is also A, and this is the another piston. This is also A. Okay, and this is A and this is A. If force is applied in this direction F, so here the force acts, pressure acts in this direction. And if any point is considered here, the pressure is acts in this direction, in this direction, in this direction, in this direction. We know P equals to F by A. So F equals to PA. So F proportional to A. So F, P is constant. So here the force is F, here the force is F, here the force is F. So in this container, we can say here the pressure P equals to F by A, here the pressure P equals to F by A, here the pressure P equals to F by A, and we can say the pressure is equally distributed in all directions of the closed container. The another word is the pressure acts perpendicularly. The pressure acts perpendicularly on the surface of the container in contact with the liquid or gas. Suppose this container is filled by gas. So we can say if the piston is moved in this direction, the angle between this container and the piston are 90 degree. If the angle is less than or greater than 90 degree, then the piston is loosely contained and some gas or liquid will be go outside. But it is not possible because the container is enclosed. So we can say pressure acts perpendicular on the container of the surface. Okay. Now, there is an application of Pascal law. This is the hydraulic press. Hydraulic press. Now we discuss about the hydraulic press, and there is suppose this is a container. Okay, this is a closed. This is a container, and there is another cylinder here. This is another cylinder here, and it is connected by a pipe. It is connected by a pipe. Okay, so the piston, there is the piston F, A1, and here is the piston A2. If force is applied, F1 force is applied on this air, and the force is acts in this direction, this is the F2. Because it is filled by liquid or water. From the Pascal law, here the pressure is P equals to F1 by A1. So in this portion, the pressure in this direction P, 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 in this direction P. Because there is no loss of pressure. There is no diminished of pressure. So pressure in all points inside the liquid will be equal. So this is the P. If P is acts in upward, so there is a force is gained by this piston. So the force will be F2 equals to P into A2. F2 equals to P into A2. So F2 equals to P equals to F1 by A1 into A2. So we can write F2 by F1 equals to A2 by A1. This is very important for you. The force of bigger piston by force of smaller piston equals to area of the bigger piston by area of the smaller piston. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. On the other hand, you have to remember sometimes it's not given area, directly area, but sometimes it's given diameter or radius. Then you can use the equation A equals to pi r square or 1 by 4 pi d square. Then you can easily solve the mathematical problem by using this formula. Okay, come on. Now some numerical problem is solved by us. How it's possible? Suppose this is a cylinder 1 and this is the cylinder 2. Okay, this is the cylinder 2 and it is connected by a pipe. This is connected by a pipe. Connected by a pipe. And the piston, this is the piston in, and this piston is F1 equals to 300 Newton, and the diameter of this piston is 5 centimeter. Okay, and this is the bigger piston. The area of the piston, diameter of this piston is suppose 15 centimeter, 15 centimeter, and here the liquid, and when force is applied, it comes here and comes here, and displacement of this portion is suppose 8 centimeter. Displacement of this portion is 8 centimeter. First question, Ft equals to what? Second questions, what amount of work done by the, what amount of work done by the bigger piston? Bigger piston. Okay. What amount of work done by the bigger piston? Okay. Do this. Okay, come on. F2. Here, F1 equals to 300 Newton. D1 equals to 5 centimeter. You can write 5 into 10 inverse 2 meter. D2 equals to 15 centimeter. It will be 15 into 10 inverse 2 meter. And F2 equals to what? Okay. We know F2 by F1 equals to A2 by A1. A2 money 1 by 4 pi D2 square. 1 by 4 pi D1 square. So D2 square by D1 square. Okay. Now F2 equals to D2 by D1 tar whole square into F1. Okay. Now we can write F2 equals to D2 means
100, I suppose.
Okay. 15 into 10 to the power minus 2. 5 into 10 to the power minus 2 tar whole square into 300. It will be 9 into 300.
Sir, 2700.
2700.
Yes, 2700
Oh yes, sir, 2700.
Newton. This is the F. You have to remember this. The force on bigger piston will be bigger than the smaller piston. You have to remember this. The force on bigger piston will be bigger than the smaller piston. So the direction of the force will be in this direction. The force have to in this direction. Okay. So it will be F2 equals to 2700 Newton. Okay. Now, what work done? What amount of work done by the bigger piston? Come on. Amount of the bigger piston and smaller piston, the work done will be equal. Yes or no? Okay, come on. what is the displacement of the bigger piston? Displacement. Suppose it comes here. This is the D2 or X2, anyone you can. So it is X2 and it's X1. So volume of this portion and then this portion will be equal. So we can write B1 equals to B2, A1X1 equals to A2X2, and A1 equals to 4 pi D1 squared, X1 equals to 1 by 4 pi D2 squared, X2. So we can write 4 pi kata. So we can write D1 squared X1 equals to D2 squared X2. So X2 equals to D1 by D2 tar whole square into X1. So D1 equals to 5 into 10 inverse 2. D2 equals to 15 into 10 inverse 2. Tar whole square into X1 money 8 into 10 inverse 2. So it will be 9 by 8 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. This is the displacement of the bigger piston. 9 by
8.88 into 10 to the power minus 0.3.
Okay. This is the displacement of the bigger piston. Now, what is the work done by the bigger piston? W2 equals to F2 X2. F2 equals to 70 into 8 by 9 into 10 inverse 2. So it will be 300 into 8 into 10 inverse 2. So it will be 24. So W2 equals to 24 joule. This is the work done by the bigger piston. Okay. Understand? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So if the pressure acted not perpendicularly but in a curved way, then would the piston move?
Yes. If the perpendicular, according to the Pascal law, piston must be perpendicular to the container of the surface of the liquid.
So I mean
If
pressure, if the pressure wasn't perpendicular.
pressure and force are, the pressure, if pressure is perpendicular, force will be perpendicular, because we know from the definition of force equals to perpendicular force by area. Yes.
Okay, sir.
That is the mathematical problem in your textbook, page number 142. 142. Show that you are getting the same amount of energy which is applied through force is increased. If same amount of force is applied on a piston, the force is increased. Okay, come on. Suppose F1 force is applied on bigger piston and the displacement of this bigger piston, smaller piston is X1. Suppose F1 force is applied on a smaller piston and displacement of the smaller piston is X1. So work done by the smaller piston, it will be W1 equals to F1 X1. As the displacement of the smaller piston moves the larger by the displacement of the bigger piston, so there is no change of the volume. So we can write A1 X1 equals to A2 X2. A1 X1 equals to A2 X2. So X2 equals to A1 by A2 into X1. So work done by the bigger piston F2 X2. F2, we do not know the value of F2. So F2 equals to X2 man A1 A2 into X1. A2 X1. So we can write F2 into A1 A2 into x1. But we know F2 by F1, F2 by F1 equals to A2 by A1. So we can write F1 by F2 equals to A1 by A2. So F1 equals to F2 into A1 by A2. So we can use F2 into, instead of F2 into A1 by A2 equals to F1. So F1 into X1. So it is also the work done by the smaller piston. So there is no change of the work done by the bigger piston or smaller piston. Understand? Now we discuss about the Torricelli's experiment. Torricelli's experiment. Come on. Torricelli's experiment, Italian scientist Torricelli's. Okay, come on. Torricelli's experiment. Okay. Torricelli's experiment. Italian scientist Evangelist Torricelli in 1643 invented this experiment or complete this experiment, Torricelli's experiment. It is related with the air pressure. It is related with the air pressure. The pressure of the experiment is to prove that the source of vacuum comes from the atmospheric pressure. The purpose of the experiment, the purpose of the experiment is to prove that the source of vacuum comes from atmospheric pressure. The purpose of the experiment is to prove that the source of the vacuum comes from the atmospheric pressure. What is the atmospheric pressure? Now, suppose you have a straw. It is suppose 10 meter. It is 10.5 meter. Then you sip any liquid by your mouth. Is it count 10.5? If the length of a straw is 10.5, it is very much. And if you sip the straw, liquid or cold drinks by your mouth, is it comes 10.5 meter? No, it comes until 10.3 meter. 10.3 meter. Torricelli use mercury instead of water or cold drinks or liquid. Suppose we straw that is the 2 inch or 4 inch to sip any cold drinks. We can easily sip the liquid by our mouth. And here air pressure is used. When Torricelli complete this experiment, he used mercury instead of water. What is the experiment? Suppose this is the one-ended tube. One-ended tube means one terminal is enclosed, another is the open, and it is filled by mercury. And the length of this tube was suppose 100 centimeter, and diameter is very small. And there is another vessel or container which also filled by the mercury. if the open space, open of the tube is closed by our thumb and it placed in this direction, suppose this way, it is, suppose it is placed in this, in this way, and this way, Torricellis, suppose if it is the thumb is not removed, there is no displacement of the mercury from this point. If the thumb is removed, Torricellis observe the mercury is go downward. It is 76 centimeter from the open space. If why it is occurred here? Here the air pressure is acts in this liquid, and we know from the Pascal law, when pressure is exerted on a liquid, our pressure are equally distributed in all directions. When the pressure is exerted, the upper thrust of the tube is X, and a small amount of the mercury is go downward, and this portion is the vacuum. This is called the Torricellis vacuum. Torricellis vacuum. And it's not exactly vacuum. Here, mercury vapor is present. Mercury vapor is present here. You have to remember this. Mercury vapor is present here. Okay. If pressure is increased, if the air pressure is increased, the height will be decreased. Here, the height will be decreased. If pressure is decreased, the height will be decreased, and here the gap is when pressure is increased, the gap will be decreased. When pressure is increased, gap is decreased, and pressure is decreased, gap will be increased. And Torricellis experiment this, and this is the Pascal. This is the Torricellis experiment. From this we can consider, but we can determine the air pressure. Here the air pressure is equals to pressure. We know P equals to H rho G. Here this is the mercury level is, mercury column is 76 centimeters. So it is the 0.76 meter. The density of the mercury is 13.6 into 10 to the power 3, and G is 9.10. So it will be 0.13 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. Okay, how it's possible? H equals to meter, density kilogram per meter cube, and it is meter per second square. We can write here meter into kilogram into meter cube into S inverse 2. So it will be kilogram meter per second square. We can write kilogram per meter per second square. We know Newton equals to kilogram meter per second square. So we can write kilogram meter second inverse into MS inverse 2. So it is the Newton. And we can say this is Newton per meter square. Newton per meter square or equals to Pascal. So the pressure is Pascal. And in experimentally, it is seen that this value of the pressure is equal to the 1 atm. 1 atm means atmospheric pressure. 1 atm means 1.013 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal, or 76 centimeter mercury column Pascal, or 760 millimeter mercury column pressure, or you can write 0.76 meter mercury column pressure, or you can write 101325 Pascal. All are equal. So 1 atm 1.013 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal, or 76 centimeter mercury column pressure, or 760 millimeter mercury column pressure, or 0.76 meter mercury column pressure, or 101325 Pascal. You have to remember this. Okay. Now, torsion is from this we because it is not always 76 centimeter. If you go upward and this system is placed in upward from the Earth's surface, we know when you go upward direction of the Earth's surface, then the pressure is decreased. So the length of the mercury is decreased. Then the pressure will be changed. Do you understand? Okay. Suppose the graph will be height and pressure. This is the height and this is the pressure. Okay. Suppose initially it is here maximum, then it is will be minimum and it's not 0. This is the graph for height and pressure. And in next class we discuss about the elasticity. It is very important. Elasticity, the topics is very important. It is related with class 11, so you can present in the class in time, and I will discuss briefly and which are not in your books and which is helpful for your creative questions. So I hope you are well and you will be present in next class. Okay, Allah Hafiz.
Inshallah, sir. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum
Assalamu alaikum,
salam.
sir.